North Shore tech company prepares to launch new technology into space with Elon Musk and SpaceX in hopes of saving lives.
Economic development leaders say the new $64 million contract shows what this region is capable of. Rob Masson has the story.
When Elon Musk's SpaceX takes flight next year, it will likely have technology developed at Globalstar's Covington headquarters on board.
13 years ago or so, we said, look, you can move out of California, come to New Orleans, come to Covington, in fact, and in moving from California to Covington, you can get lower costs, better incentives, more attention, and really create a place where you're going to be a big fish. And that has turned out to be true. And
Globalstar, which employs about 200 people, utilized local university tie-ins and state hiring incentives to become a world leader in satellite technology. It just landed a $64 million contract with Apple to launch a new emergency messaging capability into space. It will allow iPhone 14 users to send emergency text messages to first responders, even in areas without cellular service.
It's incredible. I really do. Especially when you have a rural district such as mine, where the services, it's not totally covered.
Local first responders say they know of several instances where this new technology may have saved lives, especially in rural areas with spotty cell phone service.
That's happened at least twice that I know of. Once was in the desert and once was in the mountains where somebody got lost while mountain climbing and started snowing, and they were able to text them the location.
The future of Globalstar looks good. The $2.4 billion company recently landed former Qualcomm chairman Paul Jacobs as its new CEO, and its Apple contract will last at least 2 more years.
The fact that we're now tied up effectively with Apple and with Qualcomm says that the New Orleans region is now being recognized as an attractive next market for technology.
And GNO Inc. says the same university tie-ins and job incentives offered by the state are available to other companies to come in and try and replicate Globalstar's success. From the North Shore, Rob Masson, Fox 8 Local First.